And so it begins again. Welcome to Rally Chile Bio Bio. Mike Chen alongside me for what is going to be another epic weekend in South America. Welcome to the drama.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if there's one rally that's going to bite you, it's this one. It's so technical in particular, Kiri. You've really got to get the pace notes right. There's a lot of this rally, the result of this rally is done before the first stage. So, yeah, it's going to be a really exciting weekend. And what a fight we've got on our hands in the championship.
Well, now you've got straight into it already. The fight is amongst the top four of Sebastian Ogier, Elfyn Evans, Kalle Rothenpera and Ogier Tanak. In the wrong order, of course. Elfyn Evans is leading our championship by 9 points at the moment, but that battle is rife. 3 Toyotas battling it out. Ogier Tanak there to ruin the party. So what's coming up for those guys throughout the weekend? We are here for one reason. It's the start ramp, and it is going to be incredible. The atmosphere will blow your mind. But for the weekend, we've got 16 stages, just over 300 kilometers in terms of the stages that are coming up. We've got stage 1 to 6 on Friday, stage 7 to 12 on a Saturday, and stage 13 to 16 on Sunday. It's a short day on Sunday. It's the longest day in terms of kilometers on Saturday, but it's a big, hefty day on Friday as well. Lots to challenge them straight off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. It goes back to what we were just saying a moment ago, Kiri. I mean, it's so technical. And as well, tyre choice. And we haven't seen tyre choice be so much of an issue throughout this year, have we? But it really will be this weekend, I'm sure, at times, because of the abrasiveness of the surface. It's very, very hard base. There's a lot of cleaning as well. The weather will have something to do, will play a big part. But because of the abrasiveness of the road, we will see, you know, the soft and the hard compound tyre being used as well.
I think what you said there is two crucial things for this weekend, the tyres and the weather. Well, let's just get into a bit more detail about what stages are coming up for you, all 16 of them. Take a look.
Rally Chile takes place in the Bio Bio region, with the service park located in the city of Concepcion, from where the crews will tackle 16 gravel stages totaling just over 300 kilometres. Friday is made up of 3 morning stages, repeated in the afternoon, after a visit to service.
Friday is a road that's really crowned, very fast, edges on the side, you cannot hit them.
This camper road is quite tricky for the grip and setup.
The road is like this, so if you put your tire like this, then it only uses like the inside. So you want to reduce the camber, so you try to use more of the tire.
Another 6 stages make up Saturday at around 140 kilometres, the longest day of the rally.
Of course, we also know it's very famous for its very abrasive Saturday. That is obviously pretty tough on the tyres.
For the more loose, probably depends from driver to driver. Probably you will go a bit softer to try and get some grip and so on. You drive softer spring probably, or softer clicks, dampers.
Just 4 stages make up Super Sunday, but each of the 50+ kilometres will be vital, with bonus points available for both the fastest cars on the day and the quickest through the Bio Bio power stage.
Sunday is a bit wider, I would say less compact surface, so you need a bit more traction and so on. And then it starts to be a bit like a roller coaster, depending on where you are on the stage.
The first of Elfyn Evans' words, they're abrasive. That's what we are expecting. And Saturday, perhaps even a bit more abrasive than Friday as well. And things like the fog then come into play. How difficult is it going to be for Elfyn Evans to open this road?
It all depends on the weather, really, Kiri, doesn't it? If it rains, then I think that will help him a little bit, and we actually saw that in Shakedown this morning. Now, OK, the Shakedown stage, as long as it wasn't really indicative of the surface that we're going to see throughout the remainder of the weekend. But if it rains, I think that'll help Elfyn. If it doesn't and it dries out, and I think probably it's not going to, then he'll be at a disadvantage. But it's more for me the tyre choice. I think Elfyn is in a really good position this weekend, particularly if the weather does come and it binds the surface of the road together, then that will give him a significant advantage running at the front, as opposed to if it was bone dry.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting. Now, I'm sure you were watching from the comfort of your home in Paraguay, and you saw Sebastian Ogier furious that he hadn't managed to maximise that Super Sunday point collection. That man is ready for a fight this weekend. Yes, it's 9 points separating them, but he's going to try and take as much as he can out of this weekend. Yeah,
I mean, I've never seen a man so miffed at winning a rally. You know, he was incredible in Paraguay, wasn't he? But unfortunately, the rain gods sort of worked against him a little bit on the power stage, and it didn't go his way, did it? You know, unfortunately, the weather turned against him and he was caught out by the rain, and that's what really scuppered his chances in the power stage. But what that does is light a fire in that man's belly. And you know, I was saying in commentary this morning in Shakedown, from Thursday morning to Sunday evening, he's an animal. He is the ultimate competitor, and then once it's done, goes back to being a complete gentleman. But you know, he means business, and you know what he said at the end of the stage, which was, okay, let's go and get this 9th title won. He meant it. He meant every single word of it.
He really did. I spoke to him this morning as well, and he wasn't wavering on that at all. Of course, his 200th rally that he's contesting this weekend. Is he going to make it a victory? Well, that certainly is the question that will be answered on Sunday. For now, though, we're going to reflect on what happened this morning at Shakedown.
Big country, Pacific South America. Round 11 of the World Rally Championship, Chile. And the battle for the driver's title is unbelievably tight. After Paraguay, a co-driver's trek on the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu. Write some pace notes for that lot. Huge challenge, same continent, different kind of road, kind of conditions and amount of abrasion. And Elvin Evans can't afford to make a mistake now. Evans first into the shakedown test, and fast, through this tree-lined, shadowy stretch of road. Chile's route exactly the same as last year. Kalle Rovanperä, the second of 3 Toyota title rivals. Aware of the fine lines here between success and failure, rain forecast to shake things up on Saturday. Important to get a feeling for this place on Shakedown. Seb Ogier, an expert in quickly settling in. This his 200th WRC event, but not quick on this first run. Hyundai have big hopes for Ogier, twice a winner here. This place has great memories for him. The fight for the title from 4th place had begun. What a weekend ahead for Chile's own Alberto Heller, a 10-year career behind him, who now steps up to Rally 1 to carry the Chilean colours. Alberto not overly concerned about his shakedown time in the Puma, straining at the leash to show what he can do on his favourite stages. Ogier, the fastest over the test session, 3 Toyotas chasing him, Kalle, Elvin and Seb. Josh McAlean the best forward, with Heller 11th fastest.
Well, if Ogier can make that shakedown classification, easy for me to say, a reality, it will certainly be a good weekend for him at the end of this. Yes, he is at the back of that Toyota pack at the moment, but it's very, very doable for him. If they have a mistake, if he can push well and start off well, he's got a good road position for this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's won this rally a couple of times. He knows what he's doing here, doesn't he? He knows the roads. It's worth saying as well that that is a carbon copy of what we saw last year. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit of an advantage to those drivers that were competing on it last year. There's some that weren't, but so far as Oit's concerned, yeah, you're absolutely right. He's got a brilliant road position, he's won it a couple of times, and he's absolutely in the fight for the championship. He's got a job to do this weekend, doesn't he, Kiri? So yeah, I'm sure we're going to see some fireworks from Ogier.
Okay, well, it is, as we said, an amazing weekend in prospect. But before we get more into detail about what's coming up this weekend, let's just look back at exactly what happened in Paraguay.
Paraguay became the 38th nation to host a WRC event and the setting for the 65th victory of Sebastian Ogier's illustrious career. A win he would rate as one of his toughest battles.
The speed was good, the feeling was straight away good, but yeah, that was a bad hit straight away, and then we never gave up, pushed the whole weekend, and yeah, managed to secure this win, so we can be quite proud about our performance.
South American events are famous for their warm and colourful welcomes, and Paraguay did not disappoint with the ceremonial start in the host city, Encarnacion. But once the party was over, the going got very tough on Friday's stages. Takamoto Katsuta in trouble as early as the first stage, a puncture, before his day was brought to an early end by this impact.
Oh, he's just lost the car here, and it's spun, he's clipped the bank on both sides.
The M Sport Ford Pumas were all shook up. A big compression sent Josh McElhane's pace notes flying. Co-driver Owen Tracy struggling to get them back in order at 180 kilometres an hour. While a heavy landing for Greg Munster left him with a broken windscreen. Having gone off the road in the first kilometre of the opening stage, the tone was set for a difficult weekend. And as we've heard, the rally winner was also in trouble early on. A rear right puncture costing him more than 30 seconds on stage 2.
Most of the time I'm managed to be fast on new events, but I had a little bit of bad luck going on often in South America. So after stage 2 on Friday, I said, no, not again, not again.
Adrian Formeau had taken advantage of all the mayhem to grab the rally lead, until a sharp rock in stage 7 saw him lose time with a deflating tyre. And that allowed Kalle Rovanperä into the lead. With Elfyn Evans and Oit Tanak also in the hunt for podium places, Ogier was now in danger of losing out in his push for the Drivers' Championship. But you don't win 8 titles without refusing to be beaten.
Well, I think from this moment on, we had to go to keep going. Otherwise, it was going to be a difficult weekend. So we are here to try to win the championship now. It's true, but I want to do it by winning rallies and not by just cruising around.
The fight back started straight away on Friday. Ogier winning 4 of the remaining stages on the opening day, and he kept his rivals in his sights with more quickest times on Saturday morning. But his recovery went into overdrive in the afternoon stages. Seb was carrying only 1 spare tyre while his rivals carried 2, a big risk or a tactical masterstroke. The saving in weight helped Ogier pick off his rivals on the timesheets until he was headed by just Kalle Rovanperä, and the Finn was the next to suffer tyre damage on Saturday's penultimate stage, so handing the lead to his teammate.
No real big hit, so I don't know. And obviously we should have changed the tire. Jonne was saying we should go to the end, so I didn't know how much we have left, and clearly a wrong decision this time, but yeah, that's how it is sometimes.
I think we were closing in, and we knew that on Saturday afternoon we could still keep pressure to the lead, and that's what we did. I think generally we clearly were the fastest this weekend, and that's very positive.
Ogier entered the final day with a lead of 10.3 seconds and consolidated it throughout the early stages. Again, his rivals were hitting problems. Oit Tanak had been slowed by a puncture on day 2, and he lost more time with the same issue on stage 18. Adrian Formeau had started the day in 2nd place, but suffered engine problems after taking in too much H2O at this water splash. And that left Ogier with a lead of almost 40 seconds going into the power stage. But with most of his rivals safely through the stage, the Frenchman was hit by a heavy rainstorm.
It was crazy. Our prevision couldn't see anything, and then I called them on the start line. I said, it's coming, it's there, I see it. And they said, no, it's okay, it's gonna pass just nearby, you can just free drop. And then after kilometer 7, something like this in the stage, it started to intensify, and then grip completely disappear, and then I knew it was game over for Sunday point, game over for power stage. But the only thing I could do in this moment is keep the car on the road and at least take the win.
Elsewhere, Thierry Neuville had made the most of his road position, adding 5 points for the power stage win to a Super Sunday maximum bonus. Formeau lost more time and position in the slippery conditions, but he would be removed from the standings completely, retired by his Hyundai team before the final time control, in order to activate a regulation allowing them to change transmission parts before the next round in Chile. A strategy that would also help his teammate, Oit Tanak, gain extra championship points here. Sébastien Ogier duly claimed the 25 points for the victory, but the Frenchman was more than a touch frustrated about that rainstorm, which limited him to only 1 Super Sunday bonus point for being 5th quickest on the day.
Of course, I was frustrated, you know, when you don't get what you deserve, but, you know, that's part of the game, and luckily we can't control the weather. I want to do everything I can on my side, and then the thing I can control, that's, of course, winning a championship when you not compete every races will need that the stars need to align a lot for me this season. And yeah, this weekend they were not completely aligned, but on my side I did everything I could.
Ogier's eventual winning margin, 26.2 seconds. Another tenacious performance from Elfyn Evans saw him take second. Thierry Neuville claiming third in the end, just ahead of teammate Tanak and Kalle Rovanperä. That victory sees Ogier close in on his rivals in the drivers' title race. He's now just 2 points behind Kalle Rovanperä, 9 behind leader Elfyn Evans. Tanak now 18 points adrift of Elfyn in fourth place, while Thierry Neuville still has a mathematical chance of retaining his title. In the manufacturers' race, Toyota are now 100 points clear of Hyundai. Sébastien Ogier's win puts them level with Citroën as the most successful team in WRC history, now tied on 102 victories. And more history beckons for Toyota and Sébastien Ogier, who's now focused on equaling Sébastien Loeb's record at 9 world drivers' titles.
The positive of that is that we won't open the road in Chile. I was prepared for it already, and wanted actually to feel that again, you know, because in this moment of the season it's part of the game, and yeah, even with missing 3 rallies, was not really expected to be there. So I think so far so good this season. What was my rally number 7? And 4th win every time on the podium. So plan is 3 more like this.
Well, there we go, just over a week ago, and we were in Paraguay, but all things head towards this weekend here in Chile. Now, I spoke to Sébastien Ogier this morning, and I said to him, the WRC history books are laden with your name, and even more history has been made with his 200th and possibly the 9th title. He was spectacular in Paraguay.
Yeah, I mean, he just got it all right, didn't he? And unfortunately, it was something that was completely out of his control at the power stage, the weather in the power stage, that kind of robbed him from what I'm sure would have been extra championship points as well. But there's things that we can take from Paraguay and look ahead to this weekend that will suit Sébastien Ogier. So his ability to manage tyres for a start. He's so good at managing tyres. His driving style is so smooth.
You know what, that's what he said to me. One of the first things he said was, "I'm pretty good at that."
Yeah. Well, exactly. And you know, making those tactical decisions of, you know, you've got to be really brave on a rally, on a first time in Paraguay, remember, so you never really know what to expect. For Seb to only take the 1 spare was quite a ballsy move, wasn't it? And he had to do it, and it paid off for him. But he's so good, he's so mechanically sympathetic on the car, but also at protecting the tyres, and that will come into play this weekend.
But as you said before, very interesting, the fact that it is a literal carbon copy of last year to this year. So obviously the roads will be slightly different. There'll be rocks in different places, but that makes it a very interesting game for everybody out there, because they do know these stages, apart from Josh McElwain, of course, who said it was very disheartening on the recce when everyone was just flying past him and he was sat there at every turn and corner making notes.
Yeah, I mean, and Josh doing exactly the right thing, because, you know, obviously he was making completely fresh notes. It's the first time he's gone through, so you do stop and you do look into the corners. How far can I drop a wheel into there? How much can I take a cut? If you've already got those pace notes, then you're basically just revising them, really, to a certain degree. For Josh, it was completely fresh. Look, it's going to be a difficult weekend for him, and as well, I think, for Takamoto Katsuta, because he wasn't here last year either, Kiri. And more than anything, you know, it's a psychological aspect. You know, when everyone sat around going, "Oh, do you remember last year? Taka can't be involved in that conversation."
Well, I was that guy. I was that guy today. He didn't actually quite hear what I said, but I said, "As you weren't here last year," and he went, "I wasn't here last year," and I was like, yeah. He is very aware of that. The fog last year was a big talking point. Of course, that's something that he's got to consider, because he missed out on learning that. We had a stage, and actually I was at the end of that stage, and Elfyn said, "Just can't see anything in there."
Yeah, I mean, it was brutal. We were sat in the commentary box and wondering how the drivers were getting through it, and ultimately it doesn't just show how good they are as a driver and co-driver team, how good the pace notes are. And again, it's why you have to have the pace notes absolutely right.
Yeah, indeed. All right, well, we did say the start ramp was here. The atmosphere is incredible, and the national anthem is currently being played.
las brisas te cruzan también. Y tu campo de flores bordado es la copia feliz del Edén. Majestuosa es la blanca montaña que te dio por baluarte el Señor, que te dio por baluarte el Señor. Y ese mar que tranquilo te baña, te promete futuro esplendor. Y ese mar que tranquilo te baña, te promete futuro esplendor. Dulce Madre, recibe los votos con que chillen tus aras juro que hoy la tumba será de los libres, o el asilo contra la opresión, que hoy la tumba será de los libres, o el asilo contra la opresión. De los libres, o el asilo contra la opresión, o el asilo contra la opresión, o el asilo contra la opresión.
¡Viva Chile!
The start ramp is just getting ready for the cars to head over there. The vibe down there, the atmosphere, it just gives you an idea of what this weekend's going to be like and what it means to the people of Chile. The passion of these fans is very similar to the passion of Paraguay. It is just such an incredible atmosphere from start now until the end of the rally.
Yeah, it's always been the same whenever we've come to South America. It's always been just an incredible atmosphere. And looking at those pictures, I think that opening ceremony is going to give Paraguay a run for its money, because that was incredible, wasn't it? And yeah, I think it sets a really good example for what we should be aiming for across all of the rallies on the WRC calendar.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, autograph signing, of course, a key part to the proceedings at the ceremonial start down there. They're just, you know what, that's one thing, that the sunglasses, we didn't think it was going to be that warm. So many people, as we were coming out of the lift from the hotel, if you got your jackets, it's going to be absolutely freezing. Chenny knew, Chenny knew that it was going to be warm, but it is glorious sunshine at the moment. Whether that's going to reflect what's coming for the weekend, there's a lot of talk about rain, but for now we're shrouded in sunshine.
Yeah, and again, you know, it's a nice fresh day, isn't it? The temperature, you're right though, the temperature is dropping, and it critically it drops overnight and it stays cold in the morning, and I think that's going to make the morning stages a little bit difficult grip wise. Certainly the soft tyre is the one you're going to want to be on, but you're going to have to think about, the teams are going to have to think about when they want to save soft tyres, when they want to use the soft tyres. At some point they're going to have to run a soft and a hard cross. They've got 28 tyres they can use in total across the weekend, and a choice of 20 softs and 20 hards. So they've got to make the decision of that. That is actually up from 16 softs as well. So that was a bulletin that came in just 24 hours ago. They're now able to run 20 softs.
And Seb would have liked more. Even more than
well,
that.
of course, yeah. You take what you can get, right?
Yeah, indeed. Okay, eyes just with the drivers now as the autograph signing. Kalle Rothenperä there, he is ready to fight as well. We're talking about Sebastian Ogier, but I can promise you that Kalle Rothenperä is also talking about his third World Championship title in his head. We may be talking about Seb's ninth, but Kalle wants it just as much as Seb does. And Elvin wants his first, and sometimes the first is even more meaningful, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few questions in there, isn't there? So we're starting with Kalle Rothenperä. Yeah, absolutely. Look, he should be thinking about his third title, no question about it. And he seems to have found a rhythm. He seems to be able to make the tyre work a little bit better. He was struggling, by his own admission, at the start of the year when he was going into the quick stuff, to really lean on the tyre and to trust it. And I think hopefully now he's gotten his head around that situation, worked with the team to make the tyre work a little bit better with the car, because he was really the only one, I think, who was struggling with it. Certainly Seb and Elvin weren't. So Calle's definitely back in the game, isn't he? And then so far as Elfyn Evans goes, look, I think we're all tired of saying, you know, second in the championship. Elfyn would love to win one, wouldn't he? And based on his performance so far this year, Kiri, you know, has such a strong start to the year, and then opening the road the way he has done when he's been leading the championship on really tricky conditions, you have to say he could deserve it.
OK, well, the 200th rally for Sebastian Ogier, and they are going to try and celebrate in style at the moment down at that start ramp. We'll get some pictures in as it comes in, but a little congratulations. And of course, he's equaling Jari-Matti Lappila, and he said that Jari was getting a bit nervous about the fact that he was edging closer. Well, he's done it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think what Seb will, and what we can all look at, is that he's not getting any slower. You know, he's just not getting any
younger,
slower.
He's not getting any slower.
No, exactly. So as far as I'm concerned, the longer we've got Sebastian Ogier knocking around, the better.
OK, well, we have got the drivers just before the driver parade that's coming in at the start ramp. And this is Sebastian Ogier's stats on your screen just there. So it's his 200th event, 65 victories, 112 podiums, 781 stage wins. And, of course, the illustrious 8 WRC titles, soon to be 9. So we have just got images. It really is. All of that is just the ultimate calm before the storm. There's no short supply of bananas, Neil, no?
No, that's a good
observation.
Good natural energy bar, isn't it? A banana as Elfyn comes in. I think for me, yeah, you just look at those stats. 8 WRC titles, well in the fight for his 9th, but 781 stage wins. That's quite incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So history again turning in the way of Sebastian Ogier as he takes his 200th WRC rally this weekend. An absolutely amazing, amazing feat. So you're with us now for the reason of the start ramp, the atmosphere in Conception. That's in sort of the city centre of Conception is at the start ramp, and then you can see just in the distance there the autographs of Sebastian Ogier. He cannot walk a single foot around this place at the moment without giving out autographs. As we said, the fans are just the most passionate fans you'll see.
Yeah, and it's brilliant to see that, isn't it? And ultimately, yeah, I think, you know, we've said it throughout this year, Kiri, haven't we? Without the fans, we don't have a sport. So, you know, it's not just down to the drivers to drive a car quickly through the stages. It's also very much down to the drivers to support the fans, to give them autographs, to give them their time, because these drivers are their heroes. These drivers are heroes. So, you know, they, you know, quite rightly, Sebastian Ogier giving the fans some time there.
Yeah, OK, well, Sebastian Ogier walking in. There's a reason. There's the cake. There's what we've been waiting for. It took a little longer. I think Oit was just putting his finishing icing touches to the cake.
I'd love to know what Oit's saying there.
Yes, definitely before, yes. I will not be shy. I will definitely take the part, but maybe not more. More grip for tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
It's fitting that Oit gave Seb that cake. There's so much respect between Oit and Seb, and a lot of times there's been miscommunications between them in things that they've said, but there is so much respect to him. They're good mates, and it's fitting that Oit gave him that.
And don't
cake.
get used to it. You asked and you received as well with that. you got the sound on that, but don't get used to it. All right, well, we are heading very shortly over to the live pictures from that start ramp. The atmosphere is absolutely incredible. What a night we've got in store for you as all of the start ramp unfolds.
Welcome everybody to the ceremonial start for Rally Chile 2025. Always a huge amount of passion and atmosphere at the Plaza de la Independencia, which is where the ceremonial start is held for the past few years. At least I'm Bex Williams, alongside me is Paul King. We're going to talk you through this evening's activities. We're getting underway with the safety cars having their moment of glory out there and heading over the ramp, doing a hugely important job out there, of course, during the weekend. It's going to be a good one, though, isn't it? Back-to-back South American adventure, PK.
Yeah, absolutely. What a debut it was for Paraguay just a couple of weeks ago. I think half the teams have obviously sort of stayed out here in South America, obviously moving the cars across to the other side of the continent, and the teams and drivers. There's kind of a split, isn't it? People who wanted to get home and see the families, and everyone who wanted to embrace, as you say, this South American adventure. But as we saw in Paraguay, you know, wonderful opening ceremony there, and well, Chile really have set the tone, haven't they? The last couple of years, they also go from strength to strength. Wonderful atmosphere down there.
It is going to be a great show as soon as we get underway. We have got underway. We saw the national anthems, of course. It's been going on for about 30 minutes with getting various VIPs across the ramp, and now the build-up to the actual cars and crews themselves. So let's get underway.
Al piloto más campeón de la historia del Rally Chile es Jorge Martínez.
You're picking up some commentary tips here, Bex, for your delivery style, I think.
Can you imagine if I did that 24/7? It's great to hear, as I wouldn't have a voice after a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It's fantastic to hear this energy, though. And we greet Jorge Martinez and Eduardo Kovacs onto the stage. Big event, of course, for the Chilean drivers, and they are first up.
Yeah, very much there's similar scenes, isn't it, to Paraguay. We can't emphasize enough just how passionate the fans are in this part of the world. We've seen it for decades, haven't we, over in Argentina, and now Chile, and great to see Paraguay as well picking up the mantle. And look how many fans are down there.
And this is what they want. They want a bit of merch.
Yeah.
And I'm loving seeing the drivers throwing some stuff into the audience. You know, it's a real kind of engagement session here, and that's certainly what we saw in Paraguay as well. But I love a good ceremonial start. I think we all do. Jorge Martinez here, who's multiple Chilean champion, leading the category in Rally 2 this year. Don't know what he's throwing exactly.
Say, like pens or something, I'm not quite
But
sure.
he's got a lot of merch going on there. He's come well prepared. We will be hearing from the drivers in a few moments. Augustina's on the start ramp for us.
Qué alegría estar en tu casa con esta fiesta.
No, la verdad que increíble. A mí me emociona mucho estar acá. Yo soy penquista, así que para mí esto tiene una emoción especial. Quiero darle las gracias a todos ustedes por estar llenando esto. Para mí es increíble. De verdad que me emociona. Nada, les prometo que vamos a hacer todo lo posible por representar bien a la región y a Chile.
Bueno, te vimos en redes sociales en estos días sugerir a mucha gente lugares a donde ir si tuvieran que venir por primera vez a disfrutar el Rally de Chile. ¿Lo podés repetir para alguno? Porque recién preguntaba a la ministra de Turismo si había algunos turistas y hay. Entonces digo, nadie mejor que vos para recomendarles a dónde ir.
Exactamente. Mira, si yo fuera a mirar el rally, el día viernes hay dos opciones muy buenas, creo yo, que es uno es Pulpería y el otro es Rere. Si fuera el sábado, iría a Pelún, que es un clásico de acá de Chile. Y el día domingo iría al Power Stage, al tramo que es Bio Bio. Así que esas son mis recomendaciones para ir a mirar este rally mundial.
Te vamos a aprovechar que hablas inglés for the international viewers. Some words for you. This is your home. What does it feel like to receive rally for the fourth time?
For me, it's very emotional to be here with all these people, to see all these people supporting the drivers, the teams. It's really awesome. We're going to try to do our best, and I promise that we will try to represent the best way we can the region and our country.
Te voy a dejar el micrófono para que vos saludes a toda la gente que está acá viendo y en todo el mundo, porque sos el dueño de casa y al que le toca abrir la puerta de este rally.
Bueno, a toda la gente de Concepción les mando un tremendo abrazo. De verdad que los tengo a todos en el corazón y les prometo que vamos a darlo todo para tratar de representarlos bien. Y me encantaría que hicieran un CHI, ¿no? Vamos. CHI, L, Chi, le, ¡viva Chile!
Lovely words there from Jorge Martinez. He's sending hugs to everybody, feels it in his heart here, competing at home, and he is going to do his best for his country.
I just checked as well, it was 9th WRC2 2 years ago, 7th last year, so he'll be hoping to keep creeping up. But as always in the main contenders in WRC2, what an almighty scrap we have on our hands, potentially championship deciding weekend, but more on that later, Bex.
Yeah, more on that when we get the contenders up onto the stage, just so we can have a word with Eduardo.
junto a un gran amigo, Alberto, y a la tripulación aquí, Jorgito y Rubén.
Bueno, todo trabajo en equipo, ¿no?
Sí, hemos hecho un gran trabajo y esperamos tener una buena performance durante este rally y poder andar como los años anteriores.
Bueno, ¿qué decimos del clima en estos días? ¿Ayudó o no?
Y el clima anda bien, Tropicón se anda bien,
Bueno, suerte, lo mejor para este fin de semana.
Despedimos a ambos binomios.
He just said that he's really happy to be here, but with his huge friend alongside him, his co-driver Alberto, to share the experience together. And they referenced the weather conditions, which are going to be pretty changeable this weekend. Hope you got your waterproof speed gate.
Just the main thing is, Bex, we're just hoping that rain holds off, aren't we, until the end of tomorrow, and then it can chuck it down as far as I'm concerned. No, absolutely. It's well, we're a lot further south here, aren't we? It's southern hemisphere. In Chile, but it was quite warm, wasn't it, over on the opposite side of the continent?
It was,
Paraguay, bit further north, but we're quite a long way south here. This is why it's so difficult to predict the weather.
It has been beautiful today. We've had bright sunshine, but the past few days, relentless rain, low temperatures.
Very low temperatures in the morning.
Very low temperatures, yeah. But we're just coming into spring in the southern hemisphere. You know, this is the kind of thing we would expect.
But this is why as well, isn't it? It's the weather that's thrown up this big talking points about the tyres this week, and I'm sure you and Chenny have already touched upon it. But this selection nightmare, isn't it, again, of the softs versus the hards. They have been given more softs, but it's going to be a real challenge to manage that this weekend. A more local contingent, and how great it is once again, Bex, to have Alberto Heller back in the Rally 1 Puma.
Yeah, it was the year before last where we saw him in the Rally 1, and now again. And you know, we saw the reaction at the end of Shakedown this morning between him and Lewis, his co-driver, at the end of the stage, just kind of laughing, clasping hands, an amazing feeling behind the wheel of the Rally 1 Puma. They will soak all of that up this weekend. But it's not just one Heller, it's two Hellers we have on the stage. Pedro Heller alongside as well. And we also have Gerardo Rosselot, who is joining the other two. The two Hellers and Gerardo on the stage right now. And again, the hats go off into the crowd.
Yeah, going to have so many fans out there supporting them, aren't they, over the next 3 days. And what did he manage? 15th, didn't he, in that Rally 1 debut a couple of years ago. Alberto will be hoping to, as you say, grow on that experience.
Oye, vayan para adelante también los pilotos, vayan bien adelante, muchachos, vayan para adelante.
We will be catching up with our crews eventually, but let's just soak up some of this atmosphere. Imagine you're there right now.
Vayan más adelante, pues.
Well, they really have come well stocked, haven't they?
Ya, mira, ya más cerca de la tribuna oficial. Voten a los fotógrafos.
They're bags of merch. I'm very impressed. The fans are delighted. Some of the ones in the back, though, hoping that they've got a good arm to be able to throw a little bit further.
They need those T-shirt guns, don't they? You see it at an American basketball game or something. That's what they need. Let's hope they can calm themselves down enough to grab a word. A real heritage, isn't there, in the Heller family?
Yeah, there is. Both of them very much in competition this year, especially Alberto, who's had 2 wins this season.
Ya, muchachos, a sus binomios. Peto.
Let's get underway with some interviews then.
César, no sé cómo vamos a hacer.
Beto, por favor, rápidamente con Agustina, rápido.
A ver, Alberto. Bueno, de nuevo en la máxima categoría, nada más y nada menos que en casa. ¿Cómo se siente?
Bien, la verdad, quiero agradecerle a todos por la atmósfera. Yo también soy de la región del Biobío, así que me siento muy orgulloso de poder estar acá representando. Agradecer a Felipe, a todo el equipo de Rally Móvil por tener este tan lindo evento y darnos la oportunidad a nosotros los pilotos y también la gente de que podemos tener algo tan importante para nosotros en nuestra región. Muchas gracias.
Bueno, ¿cuál es la etapa que te entusiasma más?
A mí me gusta mucho la etapa de día viernes, los tramos de San Rosendo. Para mí son de los tramos más lindos del mundo, así que ahí queremos salir a apretar, tratar de hacer las cosas bien y tratar de llegar a bien paradito al sábado y al domingo para obtener un buen resultado.
¿Hay algún tipo de presión por ser local o lo vivís tranquilo, relajado porque esta es tu casa?
No, tranquilo, estoy disfrutando. La verdad que yo hago esto porque me gusta, con mi familia, con mi hermano, y a eso venimos, a pasarlo bien, pero obviamente que hay un poquito de dulzura por estar acá en nuestro lugar, así que vamos a intentarlo, vamos a tratar de tener un buen resultado. Sabemos que estamos en la categoría mayor y no es fácil, pero sin duda vamos a dejar lo mejor de nosotros.
There's a lot of people around the world looking at us, watching Rally TV right now. Can you leave them a message?
Oh, thank you for all the support. I read a lot of message for all the world supporting us, then thank you.
Ok, gracias. Pedro. A ver, acá está Pedro.
There we go. That was Alberto Haller then saying that, you know, he's not feeling the pressure out there this weekend. Let's hear from his brother.
Todo esto, y sí, cómo no. Un aplauso para Pedro.
Muchas gracias.
Debe ser bastante mágico, ¿no? Estar por empezar un rally y tener todo este apoyo de su gente.
Sí, increíble. La verdad es que Concepción hoy día en la plaza nos tiene muy contentos. También nos demuestra eso en la ruta. Nos viene demostrando año a año que en Chile es un país que tiene en la sangre el motor, tiene en la sangre el automovilismo. Así que nada, estamos muy agradecidos que estén todos ellos acá y la verdad vamos a salir a hacer lo mejor posible para dejar la bandera de Chile lo más alto.
They're going to do their best to win. Are you going to win this weekend?
We will see. We will see. We don't know.
You're going to do your best.
Do my best. Always is the target. But quiero pedirle algo al público.
A ver.
Les voy a pedir un favor muy grande a todos los presentes. Yo tengo mellizos, 2 hijos que van a cumplir 6 años. Y me encantaría que me puedan ayudar todos a cantarles feliz cumpleaños. Se llaman Federico y Facundo, el Fede y el Facu. Así que les voy a pedir, por favor.
Okay, wait. He has twins that today are turning 6. Their names are Federico and Facundo. And he's asking, because he's here today, he's missing a little bit of the day with them. So he's asking for our help. Maybe people that are watching now at home can do it too. So, to sing the birthday for the twins, okay? You lead it.
Ok, lo hacemos así entonces. Recuerden, Federico y Facundo, a la cuenta de 3. 1, 2, 3. Cumpleaños feliz. Te deseamos a ustedes. Cumpleaños Fede y Facu. Que los cumplan feliz. ¡Gracias!
Oh, wow, that is quite the moment, isn't it? That was great audience participation there. We love that. We were singing here as well.
Yeah, we just muted ourselves.
You don't want to hear that.
Yeah, happy birthday then to the Hella kids.
Pero yo tengo solamente palabras para darle las gracias a todo este público por el apoyo que nos han dado siempre y por hacer este evento un evento distinto, un evento súper especial. Que se hace notar alrededor de todo el mundo. Así que muchas gracias a todos y vamos por el fin de semana.
Okay, he wants to thank all people that are right here and all over the world for making this a unique rally in Chile. Gracias, chicos. Muchas gracias. A disfrutar lo mejor.
Fuerte el aplauso para el
It is a unique rally, and you know, what we're going to see out there this weekend is going to be a real mixture, PK. You know, with the weather coming in, and we know how abrasive the surface can be, certainly on Saturday. How much will the rain change that on Saturday? It's big question marks. Will we get fog, low cloud up on the beautiful mountainsides here? There's a lot you cannot predict about this rally, and I think that's one of the unique challenges of it.
And also, Bex, it's about, you know, when and where and how quickly it arrives. Look what happened to Ogier, how low. I mean, that it's so close, this championship fight. That rain shower at the very end on the Wolf Power stage in Paraguay potentially cost Seb, as he said earlier in the show, we heard from him, didn't he? It cost him any hopes of Wolf Power stage points, and I think he was about first or second, certainly in the Super Sunday standings. That was like up to an almost 10-point swing from one rain shower, and that was just that's obviously affected Seb, you know, and he knew. I think that's why he was so angry.
He was really revved up at the end.
Because look how tight the championship is. He could well, and as he said, he was preparing himself to be back first on the road. He was almost expecting to be there. He probably would have been 1 or 2 points up on Evans. So yeah, absolutely, the weather will play an absolutely massive part.
Key part.
I'm afraid to say, yeah.
But that's the beauty of rallying, isn't it? You have to adapt to the conditions you're given. Yeah, after 200 events for a Seb, he well knows that.
I mean, as he said,
we understand why he was a bit peeved at the end of the event, but there we go. He was prepared, as he said, to be first on the road here. That didn't happen. Okay, let's welcome our next team onto the stage, and it is M Sport Ford that we welcome here. Gregoire Munster, Josh McAlean. Greg with the most experience here in Chile. For Josh, it's his very first time, this whole South American experience. It's been his first time in South America, and it's going to be a big ask for Josh, particularly this weekend, seeing as the rally is exactly the same in format to last year. He will lack that experience. Look at the reaction here, though, from them. That's great to see.
Josh made me laugh. I did the interview with him in the Shakedown stage. I'll get back to that shortly. I'll tell you that story after.
You've seen the people. Nice atmosphere. Thank you for the warm welcome.
Bueno, dice que está muy contento, que gracias por la linda atmósfera y por la bienvenida. Well, it's a very special rally for you, since you made your top-level debut here in 2023.
Yeah, exactly. Good memories. Starting with such a car is amazing, and like I said, in this context, with the people, with the nice stage, it was amazing. So hopefully we do a good result this year.
Bueno, acá debutó en el año 2023 en la máxima categoría y dice que seguramente y espera con mucha alegría le vaya a ir muy bien también en esta. Well, you're leading the M Sport efforts this season. What are your realistic goals in this challenging rally?
I think on the Friday in Chile, we can always expect a lot of cleaning. So we have a good road position, and that means we will try to do a very good Friday. And then on Saturday, I think it will depend on the weather.
Bueno, dice que la expectativa, le preguntábamos por cuáles son los objetivos reales para este rally. Bueno, hacer un gran viernes y el sábado va a depender netamente del clima. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great rally.
There we go, that's Gregoire Munster. Let's switch across then to the man who doesn't have any experience here in Chile, and that is Josh McAlean.
How are you?
Very good.
What do you think of Chile?
Amazing so far. Look at the atmosphere.
Bueno, dice que son increíbles ustedes. Okay, have you been testing the roads, the car? What do you think so far?
It's a proper rally. Every day is different, but honestly, it's so amazing to be here for the first time in South America and Chile itself. So yeah, it's going to be something special.
Okay, with such passionate fans, is this adding some pressure, extra pressure, or is it really helping when you are pushing hard the car?
Yeah, it's helping. You have to push the car to get the limits, and these stages are fantastic, what we've seen in Recce so far. So tomorrow's a big day, and a lot of cleaning as well. So hopefully we can use our road position, but still we have to get proper experience here for the first time.
Bueno, le pregunto cómo se siente con semejante atmósfera de fanáticos, si eso le agrega un poco de presión o le ayuda. No, siempre ayuda, y sobre todo que los fanáticos estén al costado de la ruta para hacer un gran rally, para que mañana sea un gran día. Have a great rally. Thank you so much.
I'm loving the reactions to it, just soaking up the atmosphere.
Yeah, just to finish that little line on Josh, it made me laugh. He said, out there, as you say, he's the only one in the field, isn't he, with a blank sheet of paper on the recce notes. He said it was a little bit soul-destroying. Out there on the recce, they're sort of, stopping, checking their notes every few hundred meters while everyone else is bombing past them.
Yeah.
You can imagine how frustrating that is with everyone else just pretty much checking what they've already got. I think there's a few maybe surface changes, things like that, but essentially, yeah, it sounds like a pretty much identical route.
It is completely identical.
Yeah.
There is not one bit of change from last year. So, yeah, he's going to miss out in terms of that with the experience of the others. And also, as you mentioned, PK, difficult recce. We were out there as well the same days the guys were. And, for some of the stages, visibility was so low that it was really, really difficult.
Yeah,
that again, is all part of the challenge.
I hope to bounce back as well, and we certainly saw for Greg had a day from hell, didn't he, on the opening day in Paraguay. Josh sort of started steady, and then he had a few issues, but it'd be nice to be able to see those M Sport boys bounce back, because they've done such a hard effort, isn't it, coming all this way.
But at home for M Sport, they had a cracking weekend in the European Rally Championship.
You've got to say, congratulations.
Roy Jurgensen, double podium from them in ERC.
Well said.
Let's hope they can bring some of that magic to South America, because that was great to see for the team.
Yeah, congrats there to John Armstrong. What a drive that was. But yeah, let's turn our attention then to to Hyundai. Bex also need a bit of a bounce back, don't they, after at times certainly had the pace, all of them really, certainly Oit and Adrienne has got to be said, fighting right at the front from the get-go. Be so interesting to see, especially with Oit as a two-time winner here.
Two-time winner here, big championship contender, and very much focused on getting the maximum points to really propel himself back up the leaderboard in terms of that championship title fight. How magnificent do those cars look right now on the start ramp? What are we going to see? Are Hyundai going to be able to take a win here?
Okay, what do you think about Chile?
Obviously, they speak for themselves.
Bueno, dice que hablan por ustedes mismos. Okay, on papers, you've been the fastest driver of the season. 45 stage wins, but only one rally victory. What is it going to take to convert that speed into a win?
Yes, we've been leading many rallies, but we also need to finish the rallies by leading them. And clearly the performance is there. Now this weekend, Chile is a rally which I've enjoyed in the past a lot. We won here quite a few times, and yeah, it's definitely a strong one for me. So we will try to enjoy this one as well, and definitely target the victory.
That's the key word, right? Enjoy.
Enjoy, but push at the same time. So we're still competing and at a very high level, and it's going to be tight, but we will enjoy this fight.
Bueno, va a estar apretado, pero lo van a disfrutar, dice. Disfrutarlo y presionar fuerte. Y le digo, ha sido uno de los más rápidos en las distintas etapas, pero no tiene tanto podio. Bueno, para terminarlo, dice, para ganarlo tenemos que terminarlos. También el gran objetivo de hoy, Tanak, terminar este rally de Chile y estar en el podio. We will see you on Sunday. Thank you. Hey, Thierry, how are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
How's your Spanish?
Hola, Chile!
Well, but that's very good.
And that's it.
That's very good. Okay, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you, thank you. I'm happy to be back, and I'm really looking forward to the rally. I know it's going to be an exciting and tough event, but that's what we are here for.
Do you like the roads of Chile?
They are challenging, they are very demanding, and the weather looks like it's going to be tricky this weekend, and there might be some fog out there as well during the weekend, so it will make it tough for us.
Bueno, dice que va a estar difícil, dice, porque parece que el clima lo va a hacer difícil, pero a la vez es un gran desafío. You had a great time in Paraguay. Are you planning to do so here in Chile too?
Actually, the plan is always to do better, so let's see. I have no clue where we're going to end up. I know it's going to be a challenging weekend for everybody. Lots of things can happen, but like I just before, we need to be fast, and at the same time, we need to beat the finish. So let's find the right balance. Hopefully, we feel good in the car and we're able to push.
Bueno, dice, esperemos sentirnos bien en el auto y poder presionarlo lo más posible. Esa es la idea, el desafío en este rally de Chile de Bio Bio. Okay, Adrián, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm very good. To be here with all these fans, you're also passionate, right?
Yeah, I think it's definitely the warmest place in the world. Every time we come to Chile, the ceremonial start is really nice. So thanks to all the crowd, and they are really nice. Thank you.
Dice que son el público más cálido del mundo. ¡Chile! Okay, what did you do between Paraguay and Chile? Did you get to rest?
Actually, yes, I went to Peru to visit a little bit, and after Chile, I will go to San Pedro de Atacama.
Después de acá se va a San Pedro de Atacama, dice, a pasear. Okay, what are your perspective for this rally?
Well, I'm gonna fight for the win.
Le pregunto cuál es la perspectiva para el rally. Me dice, voy a pelear para ganar. Ladies and gentlemen, out again for more.
Fuerte el aplauso para el equipo.
Bit of fighting talk, Bex.
Like that. I'm going for the win, and we're waiting to see that first win from Former. We're waiting to see it from Taka Katsuta as well. I did predict at the start of the season we would see them both do it. I'm running out of rallies, boys. Come on.
You've really got a feel for Adrienne, though, haven't you? I mean, how many times this year has he been fighting?
He's been in the position to do it, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's had rally-winning pace on a number of events. It's just not got the rub of the green. I mean, and that was so tough to watch as well in Paraguay. First of all, you know, dropped out from, what was he, second place for most of the rally, just had different people ahead of him, and then to lose out on the very last stage, and then of course this this sort of, I think it's a bit of a tactical, technical retirement, wasn't it, that sort of helps him and helps Oit at the same time.
Yeah, it was double bubble. It means transmission-wise, you get a different transmission. Events are linked with certain parts of cars, and also Oit Tanak benefited points-wise as well. But, you know, for Formo, he's obviously incredibly driven. He wants to get the best result he can. But I think he's well aware in his mind, as are we all, that, you know, team tactics could come into play wherever he is placed if he is just ahead of Tanak, who is a title contender.
I think it's a fair statement to say he'll be right at the sharp end, especially with that, if the road position does come into effect, as we expect it will tomorrow. And here are the team of the moment, Bex.
It is the team of the moment, leading the Manufacturers' Championship, leading the Drivers' Championship with this crew here. Elvin Evans and Scott Martin. Toyota have been on absolute form this year.
It's almost sound like bagpipes coming up of the entrance there. But yeah, what a run they've had. I mean, they've won all but one rallies. Let's not forget that. I mean, that's why they've got this 100-point lead. Yes, there has been a bit of bad luck for Hyundai, but I mean, they've had a fair share of bad luck as well. Seb even had it at the very beginning, didn't he, last time out in Paraguay, and he still ended up winning. That was a champion's drive, wasn't it, a couple of weeks ago from the man at the bottom of your screen. What's he throwing out there?
I have no idea.
And Elvin Evans.
Hi, Elvin.
Back in the lead again.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. And you?
Okay, leading the championship, opening the road again. Do you have any request for the god of weather gods for this weekend?
A bit of rain for tomorrow would be nice, but I'm not sure that's going to happen, so we're going to have to just get on with it.
Bueno, está liderando el campeonato, le toca abrir mañana y le preguntamos si tiene algo que pedirle a los dioses del tiempo y dice un poquito de lluvia puede ser para mañana. Okay, what is the perspective for the next days? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. Some really nice stages ahead, a bit different from Friday to Saturday. So yeah, we have to wait and see what the conditions do, what the weather does. But yeah, should be a nice weekend.
Okay, dice que va a estar muy bueno dependiendo de las condiciones del tiempo, la perspectiva para los próximos días. We have 3 Toyota drivers in a difference of 9 points on the championship. How's that? How's the climate there? It's partnership. Do you get along well on the team?
Yeah, we all get along well, and you know, it's always been the philosophy in the team that we all have the same opportunity to compete, and yeah, we'll fight it out on the stages.
Bueno, son 3 pilotos de Toyota, una diferencia de solamente 9 puntos, y compiten, pero se llevan muy bien, dice. Thank you so much, Elfins.
We have seen Elvin Evans on the podium twice here in Chile. Let's move on then. Who else is Augustina going to have a chat with?
Here. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. You won here last year.
Yes.
Any secrets to share?
No.
What do you remember of this road?
That it's always quite nice, but demanding weekend. It's not easy. The roads are demanding and big challenge, but it's also a nice rally. Every year I like it.
Bueno, dice que cada año le gusta más porque ganó acá el año pasado. No hay ningún tipo de recuerdo para esto o para repetir este éxito, sino que cada vez le gusta más. What do you think about the climate? Is it going to be good for the next days? Climate.
Yeah, let's see. The weather is always tricky here. We usually always have some fog or rain, and it looks it can still come this weekend also, so we will see.
Okay. Bueno, dice que el clima siempre suele ser un desafío para los próximos días. Siempre tiene niebla o algún tipo de llovizna, pero que eso también puede ayudar a que sea un gran rally. Thank you so much, Kale. Thank you. Seb. Okay. You are Toyota fans, right? Son todos fanáticos de Toyota. Yeah, they are. Okay. You're making history this week by becoming the second driver with more than 200 rally starts, World Rally car starts. How does that make you feel, that milestone, while you are fighting for your 9th title?
Well, it's a very nice number, but would be nice to celebrate it with a win, let's say. So That's the plan for the weekend. Actually, we have a very nice fight for the championship, and it's exciting to be part of it. So yeah, it's a pleasure to be here in Chile. ¿Qué tal? ¿Todo bien? Are you excited for the race? Good. Yeah, we are too, and yeah, the roads like always looks beautiful. Everything is set for a nice show.
Bueno, le vamos a dar un aplauso porque Seb Ogier está cumpliendo más de 200 carreras en el WRC. Es el segundo conductor. Eso es lo que estamos aplaudiendo. Y dice que planea festejarlo, por supuesto, con una victoria este fin de semana, que las rutas están preciosas y que está muy contento. You had any time to process the Paraguay win in between Paraguay and Chile?
Well, it's been a short time for sure, but it's always nice, you know, to try to keep the dynamic. It's only 1 week in between. We had a couple of days at home to charge quickly the battery, and yeah, back in this beautiful car to try to keep pushing.
Bueno, le pregunto si tuvo tiempo de procesar la victoria en Paraguay, un par de días en casa y para recargar baterías y de vuelta en este auto precioso para pelear por el Rally de Chile. Good luck. Thank you so much. Okay. Sakamoto Katsuta. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias, dijo. Muy bien. You excited about being in Chile? You couldn't be here last year.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy to come back here. Yeah, I was quite sad last year I was not here, so this year I try my best to get a good result. Also, I enjoy the stages with a lot of fans.
Okay. No pudo estar el año pasado, así que dice que está muy contento de llegar a este estadio. Did that make it very difficult, the preparation? Not being last year, did it make it difficult, the preparation?
Yeah, for sure it makes more difficult, but yeah, I just try my best and just, you know, enjoy the stages. Stages are very nice and it's very tricky, but enjoyable and high speed, which is I like, so I will enjoy it.
Okay, you had some damage on the car on Friday in Paraguay. Is it important to have a clean run here?
Yeah, no damage on the car, so thanks to the team. Just a flat out with this one of the best cars in the world, so yeah, there's nothing to worry about.
Tuvo un poquito de daño en el auto el viernes en Paraguay, lo que complicó su carrera. Y él dice que gracias a su equipo trabajó espectacular. Y miren lo hermoso que está, listo. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Gracias. Gracias, amigos.
Bien, gracias, amigos. Sammy, do you speak any Spanish?
No.
Can you try Viva Chile?
Vamos a la playa.
You have the beach here half an hour, so maybe sometime you can go. Okay, how are you?
I'm good. Bien.
You're bien. Bien, está contento. How are you getting ready for this rally?
For the fans or for the rally? What?
For the rally.
Yeah, of course. This is some event we know from the last year, so we are looking a bit back in time to see how the last year was and trying to prepare from the information we have.
Okay, what did you learn from last year to make now a reality the 2025 Rally of Chile?
It's a tricky rally. It's nice, some really fast stages, but there can be some really foggy conditions, so it can be really tricky if you don't really see where you are going, but normally it's really nice, enjoyable rally.
Bueno, dice que va a tratar de disfrutar, que hay algunas partes que son bastante difíciles o particulares, pero que va a tratar de disfrutarlo, algo que aprende del año pasado, donde ya estuvo y que está tomando todo ese registro del año pasado para traerlo a este. Can you give a safety message to all the people that are going to be on the different stages? I think that's very important from the drivers, coming from the drivers.
Yeah, of course, it's always so nice to see so many people here, but just remember to follow the organizers and marshals' instructions, so then we can have the safe rally and just focus on the sport and not to have any disturbing things.
Thank you so much. Un recordatorio para todos los fanáticos y la seguridad en cada una de las etapas.
There we go, the Toyota Cruise then for us. Some great stats there with Sebastian Ogier taking 200 WRC events here. Piquenot just talking about the man who is ahead of him right now, and that is Jari Matti Latvala.
Yes.
212 for Latvala. But
well, he's going to have to go for championships 10 and 11 if he's going to notch up Jari Matti, isn't he, or match Jari Matti. Good to say as well, got to say, Bex, that a lot of those co-drivers have been hiking up the Inca Trail, haven't they? wonderful pictures of those up in Peru.
And you will get to see that as well during the weekend. Martin Vidaga, Jona Haltonen, Scott Martin, Aaron Johnston all did an incredible boys' trip on the Inca Trail. They had a wonderful time. It was pretty grueling by all accounts, but you'll hear more about that during the weekend.
Can I just say, I went up as well, but I did
took the train, love. You took the train.
No, hang on. Well, a bit of a caveat. There was a bus, a train, and then the last bus was actually cancelled. So I did hike up that last bit of mountain.
They walked the whole way.
All right,
okay.
but it was still hard work.
Let's not diminish their accomplishments.
No, they did a lot more than they did, and yeah, great
talking about stats and numbers, Scott Martin himself is on 199 starts right now in the WRC, so he's heading towards 200 as we head to see nice team selfie here for Toyo. Get everyone in.
Yeah.
Wait.
There you go.
Go.
Yeah, well, we see the Toyotas end up this weekend, and as mentioned, just the one victory for Hyundai. I mean, it's hard to understand, really, considering the talent that Hyundai have at their disposal as well. But yeah, it's been a five-pronged attack, hasn't it, for much of the year for these guys?
It has, and you know, we've seen Rovanperä, Evans, Ogier racking up the wins. You know, for Sebastian Ogier, every time he's been on a WRC event, he's been on the podium,
which is incredible.
So that is one of the most incredible statistics of the whole year. He wants that to continue to play out. He needs that to play out in the hunt for his 9th WRC title. But yeah, Hyundai will want to end the season strongly.
And on Ogier as well. You think it was a similar situation, wasn't it, last year? And he said, "Look, I've got a chance here. Let's give it a go. Let's do the rest of the season." And then it bizarrely sort of fell apart before his eyes. I don't know if he was so desperate to take it. Maybe is there a lesson to be learned there from what he went through last year? Because it was surreal to watch, really, wasn't it? Including here in Chile. So
who's your prediction then? Who's your 1, 2, 3?
Let me have a look.
Oh, he's written it down, everyone.
It might be on a certain spreadsheet, but I don't know if I should admit this, Bex, because I don't want to...
I think you should. Come on, tell the people.
I've got Tanak, Ogier, for Mo.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see if that plays out then. We continue on with the ceremonial start here for Rally Chile BOBO 2025. Welcome along wherever you are watching. WRC2 is where we're heading to now. And we welcome the big three onto the stage. That's what we've called them all season. Solberg, Rossell, Greensmith have been the battlers in the championship. And now, at this event, it is the first time the title can be sealed. It's not going to be easy, though.
No, I mean, crucially for Oliver, it's win it and he's done it, isn't it? But if he doesn't win it, then it starts to get a bit complicated after that, doesn't it?
I think Gus is the one we need to watch here because he still has events to complete.
Yeah.
He hasn't done where Oliver and Johan now will be up to their last events.
Hi, Oliver.
Yeah, he's two behind, isn't he? Yeah.
How are you?
I am fantastic, and fantastic to see so many people. Fantastic.
Fantástico, dice ver tanta gente. Okay, after a great Paraguay, are you going to have a great Chile?
That is very much the plan. I mean, it's good to not start with a minute behind. Always helps, you know. Now I can only go a minute ahead. So the plan is to have a fantastic rally, of course. And yeah, we have a big weekend ahead. I think everybody has a very big weekend. Everybody needs to win, so let's see.
Bueno, dice, nos espera un gran fin de semana por delante, nada de empezar un minuto atrasado, siempre un segundo por delante, que eso es lo que más importa. Do you feel any pressure?
Well, I mean, it's, every weekend is pressure, of course. I mean, but I don't feel any more pressure than normal, so it's just I feel great in the car and just try to enjoy myself this weekend, and the guys behind should feel more pressure than me.
Le pregunto si siente algún tipo de presión. Dice, sí, todos los fines de semana, pero en realidad los chicos de atrás sienten más presión que yo. Okay, are you going to enjoy it?
Very, very much. And especially I will enjoy it because of beautiful fans.
Dice que realmente lo va a disfrutar por ustedes. Thank you.
Oliver Solberg, always a fan favourite. All of the drivers are. You know, the support is huge.
Do you feel like a rock star?
It's nice. It's nice. It's always nice here, and the atmosphere is always very, very good. And thank you for everything.
Bueno, dice que muchas gracias por todo. Está muy contento y muy emocionado. Okay, the Rally of Chile, the Rally of the region of Bio in WRC2. What's that like?
The plan is just to try to do the maximum. We are here for only one target and continue to push on every corner, every case, every stages. Try to do the maximum with the team, to be smart with the tire choice and the strategy also. Yeah, we are ready.
Bueno, están listos, están preparados. Lo importante es tratar de presionar lo más posible el auto en la carrera. I'll leave you with the fans. They want a photo, they want you to sign things. Los dejo con los fanáticos. Me voy a saludar a Gus. Hi Gus, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I love your cup.
Yeah, I thought it was a good time to wear it.
Tiene una gorra que dice Chile, señoras y señores, el señor Gus Greensmith. For you. Para ustedes. Okay, you've been here already. Do you like it?
Yeah. Well, I got this back in 23, so I wear it every time I come here now. But yeah, always really enjoy it when I come here. The ceremonial start's always awesome. It's always great to see so many people, and it's become like a thing that I have to do every year. So thank you for having us. ¡Viva Chile!
Bueno, dice que espera esta ceremonia, que es como algo que hay que hacer todos los años, venir a esta ceremonia tan especial con todos ustedes. Well, how's the car? How's the team?
Yeah, it's all good. Very important weekend for the three of us. So, yeah, championship fight's really on, and yeah, got to enjoy it. And yeah, finished third and second, so now I just need to win here.
Bueno, están buscando ganar, pero dicen que el equipo y el auto están muy bien. I'll leave you to the fans and to the picture.
And that has to be the target this weekend for him. If he wants to keep those championship hopes alive, if Solberg doesn't take it, if Rossell doesn't take it, Gus needs to be hauling in those big points this weekend.
Yeah, I noticed the exact phrase he put on social media, Bex, which is perfectly a perfect way of coining it, was win it or bin it, which is pretty much exactly that, isn't it? It's all or nothing, really. For Gus, let's just see how it all pans out. But yeah, for Oliver, interesting that he was in exactly the same situation last year, wasn't he? And I think he was leading with was it a puncture last year?
It was. What an incredible set of circumstances. Oliver could have won it last year in Chile. He didn't.
Yeah.
Then Rossell could win the championship title in CER. He had a shocker. He didn't win it. And it was all down to Sami Pyrie in Japan, with basically Rossell and Solberg watching on from home to see what would happen. It was just an incredible end in terms of WRC2, and I wonder if this weekend will be as dramatic. Oliver will, of course, be hoping to take it here, but the boys behind will be wanting to stop that happening.
He's desperately trying to do his best Petter Solberg here, Bex, but he's struggling to get out the car for some reason.
Here we go, here we go. We're on it, we're on it. No, we're not.
Oh. Easier said than done, but yeah, so Oliver won here 2 years ago. Johan won here last year. Gus finished second here a couple of years ago. They've all got previous, haven't they? It's obviously not an easy skill trying to balance the throttle while you hang out the car, but he's giving it a go.
He's given up.
He's given up. The moment's gone. Anyway, he's
the time for those kind of heroics, well, not maybe that, obviously, but we'll be on the stages tomorrow. We kickstart, of course, tomorrow with the opening stages of the event. Plenty more cars to welcome over the ceremonial start here this evening, though.
19 entries in total, Bex, don't we? WRC2. Great to see Jean Solans back in action as well. Usual suspects all out there. Katanovic, Emil Lindholm back in action as well. That's great to see.
Yeah, for Jan Solans then, this is his second time competing here in Chile. He was 9th last year. And as you said, we have Kaito Katanovic, who also joins him on the stage here. Kaito was a massive fan favourite in Paraguay just a few weeks ago. They're all loving the atmosphere here. There is a huge amount of fans, there's a huge amount of noise, positivity for the drivers. It's the perfect way to kickstart an event, knowing that you have so much support.
Hola, Jan. Hola, muy buenas a todos. Gracias, Chile.
Bueno, nosotros queremos saber si en España hay fanáticos tan fervorosos y así apasionados como los de acá.
Chile le gana por goleada a España en cuanto a afición.
Ok. Well, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás respecto al rally, a la ruta, al camino, a lo que se viene?
Vinimos el año pasado acá por primera vez y dijimos, esto es increíble, aquí hay que repetir, esta afición lo pide cada año y venimos aquí a darlo todo y a que disfruten en los tramos.
Bueno, entonces la expectativa es...
Ganar, no puede haber otra.
Hey, do you want to leave a message for the international fans? You were saying this is your second time. You came here last year and you loved it.
Yeah, we repeat this year. Chile is an amazing rally, beautiful roads and also amazing atmosphere here. So we will try to push and fight for the victory.
Good luck. Okay, Kaitan. Where did you leave the capybara?
I forgot. Carpincho.
Carpincho. ¿Vieron que tiene un carpincho? Tiene un capibara que lo lleva a todos lados. You forgot it?
But now we are in Chile. Hola, Chile!
Okay, how are you?
It's fine. It's always nice to be here. The people from South America are amazing. They are very friendly. I love these stages, but the main thing, I love this atmosphere, these people, they are pushing us forward, yes.
Bueno, dice que está muy contento, muy feliz, que le encanta venir acá, que le encanta la ruta y las distintas etapas, pero sobre todo le encanta la gente de Sudamérica. Señores, un aplauso para él, que ha celebrado al público sudamericano. We have seen you trying the different roads, the different stages. How did you feel?
Yeah, we are waiting for sun, rain, fog, fast stages, narrow. We have everything in Chile.
So are you ready for it?
Yeah. We expect everything. Everything what we can find in the world.
Dice que espera todo que sucede este fin de semana. Sol, cielo nublado, lluvia, un poco de niebla. Thank you and good luck for this weekend. Thank you so much.
Yeah, big highlight of the ceremonial start was the capybara or carpincho that Kaito had, a little cuddly toy, which kind of went with him everywhere. And then also after the rally, he went to a Carpincho sanctuary after the rally with his co-driver, with the team. Yeah, it was really nice to see that on social.
Maybe they're not indigenous to this side of the Americas. They'll have to find another little local animal.
One thing he did discover is they do like to lie on their backs and have their belly scratched. So there's a fascinating fact about the Carpinchos for you. Jan Sola's getting some selfies done there. Love that.
Big brother Nils in the service park, remote service at Shakedown. I assume he's out there helping with the team. Good to see.
Yeah, they're getting some... Kaito's getting some great bits for his social from the crowd there. As he said, it is a special atmosphere, and it's kind of hard to describe it. You can see it through the TV right now, but it's actually feeling it when you're there. I've been at this ceremonial start for the past few years, and you are just swayed by the crowd. And I think for these guys, you know, they go out there from tomorrow morning, PK, they're risking it all on every single stage, and it's nice to have this, to know that they're doing it in front of a crowd that is supporting them to the end of the event. You know, they're there on every single stage, every road section, every service break.
He's had another good season as well, you know, Kaito. So consistent, isn't he? He's had the 6th place in Kenya. He was then 2nd in Sardinia. That incredible fight with Roberto Dapper, 4th place in Greece. Just didn't get the rub of the green a couple of weeks ago in Paraguay, but he's finished top 5 here as well. He's so consistent, isn't he, Kaito?
I think that 2nd place in Sardinia, you know, best result of the season, and definitely one, you know, that he was super proud of.
And well, we don't really want to mention Sardinia to Emil Lindholm, do we? The man so close to taking victory.
Yeah.
So the Talk Sport lineup then for this week.
So we have Nikolai Greisin, we have Emil Lindholm. And yeah, Lindholm was leading Rally Sardinia. He was looking good for the win there until obviously that final day. So the best result he's taken in WRC2 this year for Emil is 4th, and that was at Rally Finland.
And yeah, we talked a lot about Greisen's tactical approach this year. With he's basically very back-heavy focus on the point-scoring rounds. It could all be done and out of his hands before the weekend's done. But
what a gentleman!
If there are problems, yeah, for the leaders, we've got that podium in Paraguay, did Nikolai, but out of his hands as things stand.
Hi, how are you, Emil?
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Muy bien. Very good. You did your homework.
Yeah, that was about it.
Well, that's okay, but that's a start.
Getting there, yes.
Okay. You excited to be here in Chile?
Sorry?
You're excited to be here in Chile?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's the second time for me. I enjoyed the first time, and I think I will enjoy the second time also.
Bueno, dice que es la segunda vez que viene y que seguramente cree que va a disfrutar mucho esta segunda vez. Okay, I read you said this was going to be a challenging weekend. A tire management, a weekend rally, also because of the weather. Are you confirming it?
Definitely. I think the weekend will be tricky. Okay, honestly, I love the roads here. It really has a nice rhythm to it, and it's nice to drive here. But the weather will make it difficult. I think Saturday will be tricky, so but we will have everything this weekend.
Dice que vamos a tener todo este fin de semana, mucho hincapié en el manejo de los neumáticos y del clima. Pero you're ready for it, right?
Absolutely, we will go 100%.
Hey, 100%, bien. Vamos todavía. Nikolai, where are you?
Where is Nikolai?
With the fans.
There
where
he
you're
is.
supposed to be.
Yeah, I like to spend some time also there. It's also our passion to be around the people.
Okay, dice que es lindo estar alrededor de ustedes, los fanáticos. Okay, you had a great time in Paraguay. Are you planning to do the same here in Chile?
For sure, the target all the time the same, just to try to do our job the best, to go fast. Just hope this time no issues like in the Paraguay, so we'll try to do our best. And also we have some experience from the last years. Like everyone said, there's also about the tire management, and Friday is the Saturday and Sunday is completely different roads, so you need to adapt for each day.
What does it mean for you to see people around the different stages?
Like on the road section, I can't see, but during the stage, we are so focused on the road, so it's difficult to see the people around. But for sure, you see something like crowd, people with the flags and supporting. But
that must be meaningful. You cannot see it in detail, but there's someone there that came to see you.
I will say it feels like you are not alone. So it's more like you're not only the passion about rally, all the people around you who are, also want to drive, and they are together with you. So somehow you're sharing the emotions with them.
Bueno, Nikolai Racing y la importancia de que estén ustedes en cada una de las etapas. Dice, no los veo en detalle, pero los veo pasar y sé que están ahí y que para él es muy importante el apoyo de todas las personas que van. Se comparte el sentimiento del rally. Thank you so much.
Some nice words there from Nikolai Greisen. Talksport then, Emil Lindholm, Nikolai Greisen again. You know, what are we going to see these guys doing this weekend? Because
I mean, they could, yeah, absolutely could definitely be the sort of fly in the ointment in a way, couldn't they? Of those boys who are desperately needing the points. Well, I mean, again, you know, if Greisen takes the win, and as I say, I mean, he's a long, long way adrift, obviously, but he's got point scoring rounds all the way through the season, so it could be done. It could go on and on. We never know with this championship that keeps. Well, we expected this, didn't we, from the start of the season? It's such a. We can't emphasise enough the talent that we have at our disposal in the WRC2 class, and it really has delivered this year.
Yeah, it has. It's been an epic fight, and it could be decided here in Chile. It could be. Let's see how it all plays out during the weekend. Then the Talksport cars leave the stage, head through the incredible fans that line the plaza here.
It's completely it's a completely obviously a man-made structure. It's just a big open square there in the centre of Concepcion.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a bit easier for them in Paraguay. Paraguay, they have the sort of ready-made Sambadromo, didn't they? But here it's all been man-built by the Paraguayans. But yeah, wonderful support out there, as it will be in the stages. And talking of Paraguay, here's Team Paraguay, Bex.
Diego Dominguez There's Fau Zaldivar and Alejandro Galante then. Fresh from the home event just 2 weeks ago, where under incredible circumstances, you know, in the ceremonial start at least, they were just delighting in the fact that WRC had come home. For Diego Dominguez, and he was leading the WRC2 category. You know, ultimately it was huge disappointment for him with, you know, losing all the oil from the car, damaging the sump underneath. Really difficult, but let's hear from him.
Hola otra vez, bueno, ¿qué tal Chile? ¿Cómo están?
¡Hola, Chile! Bueno, la avanzada paraguaya. ¿Cómo estás después de la semejante organización en Paraguay, venir acá a tierra chilena, a donde te ha ido muy bien?
Bueno, sí, bueno, Chile siempre me trae buenos recuerdos, encima súper contento de que ahora ya somos 2 países en Sudamérica que tenemos el rally, así que nada, súper contento, siempre disfruto de este rally que tanto me gusta con toda la gente, con los caminos tan lindos que tienen, así que nada, contentísimo. Y bueno, a ver si podemos repetir la victoria como el año pasado, que va a estar muy difícil, pero bueno, vamos a intentar por lo menos.
Bueno, a little message for all the international viewers that are watching right now.
So for the international viewers, just enjoy, have fun, and just enjoy the spectacle.
Hey, thank you so much. Diego Domínguez. Fau, ¿cómo estás?
Todo bien, encantado de estar de vuelta acá en el Biobío, en Concepción, y bueno, va a ser un fin de semana creo que muy rápido, pero vinimos para eso.
Bueno, rutas que son un desafío, ¿no?
Sí, un rally muy técnico, un rally que, bueno, la etapa del viernes es bastante técnica, muy difícil, pero bueno, hicimos un buen trabajo, el auto está funcionando súper bien y mañana ya depende de nosotros.
Bueno, y feliz de ver que los chilenos viven con semejante fanatismo. Ya lo sabías, ¿no? Ya viniste, ya veías esto, ya sabías el fanatismo de los chilenos.
Sí, sí, realmente siempre hay mucha afición acá y bueno, espero que también se vayan a los tramos y nos apoyen ahí.
Bueno, he's asking for you to be on the stages, on the different stages. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Pau, Ale, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, muy contento. Hola Chile, muy emocionado de estar acá por primera vez.
Bueno, ¿por primera vez?
Corriendo, sí, vine como espectador los últimos 2 años, nos encantó el rally, así que bueno, estamos acá, gracias a Dios.
¿Con qué esperas encontrarte?
Caminos muy lindos, muy difíciles a la vez, así que lo vamos a tomar con, digamos, con respeto, como una primera vez requiere acá en Chile, pero bueno, esperamos hacer una buena carrera.
Okay, Ale Galanti, also from Paraguay, coming here to Chile for the first time, and he says it's a tricky road, but he's hoping to enjoy it. Gracias. A disfrutarlo.
Alejandro was leading the Paraguayan Championship heading into Paraguay. Had a super consistent season, but his first time competing here in Chile. He's been here many times as a fan, but not behind the wheel. It'll be interesting to get his thoughts on the stages out there during the weekend, which we will do. We will be broadcasting every single stage live. PK is going to be at the stage ends tomorrow, giving his own unique brand of reporting to the world.
What does that mean?
I'm saying it's a good thing.
What are you trying to say, Bex?
I'm just saying you're a very unique style.
What did you call me in Paraguay? The rally dad or something?
Well, yes, just because you kept saying to people, oh, you know, your light's hanging off,
well,
or
just being
whatever.
helpful.
You need to go and check that left rear tyres looking a bit wobbly. Go and check that. You were rally dad. It was great. Yeah, I love it. It's all good.
Not old enough to be their father.
I think you are, my friend. I think you are. We watch then as we see Fau Zaldivar, Diego Dominguez, Alejandro Galante leave the stage. Just a few weeks ago, it was their home event. The first time Paraguay was on the championship calendar. What an event it was. I enjoyed every single second of it, and we will enjoy every single second of Chile as well. Ah, hello.
Acompañando a millones de personas en su día a día. Hoy reafirmamos nuestro compromiso con el desarrollo sostenible, ampliando nuestro servicio para impulsar la transición energética y una economía más verde. Juntos avanzamos hacia un futuro sustentable, haciendo la realidad nuestro propósito de potenciar el
continues
desarrollo.
at the start ramp. Those fans will be celebrating into the night. Myself and Chenny are just down at Hyundai now. The cars are back off the start ramp. That's where they're going to head. They're going to head here, getting ready for the full 16 stages. Now, Sebastian Ogier, bit of a cake to celebrate that 200th milestone.
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice, wasn't it, to see at the very least he got a cake. Of all things, all the years he's put in, he might get a cake. But like, yeah, I think he'd rather a rally win or a championship title at the end of it, wouldn't he? But yeah, it was always nice to see, wasn't it? And yeah, I think Julian caught up with him just a moment ago.
Seb, 200 WRC starts. It's some achievement. 8 world.
On 200 events, you have 65 win or podiums. So it's
a podium a bit more. 112 podium.
So 65, 65 win, yeah.
As Adrian's just said, there 200 WRC starts, 65 wins, 8 World Championship. What a career so far it has been.
Yeah, definitely. And it goes longer than I was expecting, if I'm honest. When you start in this sport, it's already a dream coming true, you know, competing there, reaching the first wins, the first title. And after that, I used to say, it's kind of all bonus, you know, and now what made me the most proud is not being there for 200 rally, but more importantly, still being there as a contender for wins. And that's, I think that's what matters for me. So that I can be proud of, but, you know, now let's try to push it even more.
And your good friend and good rival giving you the cake.
Yeah, that's very nice, for sure. It has been close for many years now, and we are good friend and very good competitor. I think it's very nice to fight each other as well, and we kind of always push each other to the limits. So yeah, it's very nice to be fighting the championship with him, Kalle and Helfin, and I think all the fans are very excited to watch the end of this season.
And my version of events is that Oit baked the cake.
And we head back now then to the action. Great to see that there, the celebration for Seb.
I love the
65 podium.
Shot him down there quickly. Oh, no, mate. 112. That was brilliant. Love that.
Okay, we welcome to the stage Emilio Rosselot now in the Citroen C3. And I think they have quite a bit of... they're opening the boot here. What's happening? I think it might be full of merch, maybe. Is it? It is.
Well, the fans out there in the stages aren't going to know who to support next, because they're going to have baseball caps and posters and T-shirts from half the field of WRC2.
These guys are doing it right. Look at this.
Uno de los mejores pilotos chilenos.
But, you know, this is the only opportunity during the whole weekend to be able to do something like this. And it gets their brand out there. They want to see the fans wearing their hats. Water bottles as well. Swift moves there by some of the fans.
Getting a little bit feisty down there in the front row, isn't it? They're trying to get as much merch as they can. But yeah, you've got to admire the atmosphere down here. I mean, we've got to repeat. I mean, it's like the old we had, didn't we, so many years up in Guanajuato in Mexico. It really has a different feel to it, doesn't it? In Latin America, it's
different styles of ceremonial start. You know, we saw the music, dancing in Paraguay, which is amazing. Here it's more about just the atmosphere and the people, but it's good that it's different everywhere we go. It showcases each country differently.
He's like Father Christmas out there. Beck's come early. He's what's he got there? Goodness me.
Emilio.
Yeah, about fan engagements, isn't it? Very much so.
Let's grab him for a few words.
Normally we're running a bit behind schedule.
Necesito que nos demos vuelta porque la tele nos está pidiendo. A ver, acá estamos. Vení. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy, muy contento. ¿Qué pasa, Concepción? ¿Cómo estamos? Alegre, muy alegre, y estar acá en un mundial por cuarta vez con todo el equipo encima, el apoyo de mi familia, el apoyo de mi pareja, Paulina, con Mati de Navegante, los mecánicos que armaron un tremendo auto. Es la fecha más importante para nosotros, 2025. Así que emocionado de esta hermosa partida.
¿Se duerme esta noche o no se duerme?
Ayer ya no estaba durmiendo, así que espero hoy día estar más cansadito, cosa de largar la carrera como corresponde a buscar ese preciado ritmo.
Yo te voy a prestar el micrófono, pero me tenés que prometer que van a ser 10 segundos. 15 segundos máximo para que vos saludes a toda la gente de Concepción y del mundo que están viéndote en este momento para arengarlos y celebrar este gran rally de Chile. 10,
¿Cómo está Concepción? A ver, no lo escucho. ¿Cómo está Concepción? ¿Dónde están los chilenos de corazón aquí? ¡CHI! ¡Ale! ¡Chi!
Emilio, the star of the show so far. Wow. He's competing in the Chilean Championship this year. He's been super consistent. He's been on the podium twice. And wow, what an atmosphere he's created there.
Yeah, it's second Rossello, isn't it? We've seen coming over the ramp. Gerardo.
Yeah, very much a family
affair. Top of the show, it really is, isn't it? And great to see as well these local drivers in WRC2. We're seeing multiple different manufacturer options. Great to see a couple of the Citroens out there as well. Of course, famously spearheaded by Johan Rossell over the year. But yeah, we're seeing all sorts of manufacturers used by the local crews so far.
And you will see a fair few more cars heading over this ceremonial start as we build up to the weekend. Getting underway, of course, with all of the action on Friday morning. But Emilio, for me, definitely the most charismatic out there so far, really getting the crowd going and speaking very much from the heart.
Mundo Telecomunicaciones es con nosotros como la conexión oficial.
Yeah, really getting the crowd worked up. So he may be a favourite out there when he hits those stages tomorrow morning. Going to be fascinating, isn't it, to see how the day unfolds. It's such a crucial moment, pivotal moment, isn't it, in our championship race.
Yeah, it really is.
And it just adds to the spice, doesn't it? I mean, last year, I think at this stage, Thierry was starting to build up a bit of a buffer, but to have, the three Toyotas, 9 points, and Tanak just 18 points behind, even Thierry Neuville with an increasingly faint, it's got to be said, but still mathematical chance. It's really just hyping up the atmosphere out here in South America this fortnight.
We stick with WRC2 for now then, to welcome Martin Scuncio to the stage, Argentinian driver.
Yeah, nice to see Argentina represented as well, isn't it, Bex? We've had some Chileans and some Paraguayans.
His co-driver, though, Javiera, is Chilean. And again, we're seeing a lot of merchandise being thrown out to the crowd here. Oh, they've got the good stuff. We've got some T-shirts being handed out here. Do you know what? These crowds are going to be walking home with bags full of stuff. It is going to be like Christmas, as you said. Yeah, the WRC2 Championship, also the WRC3 Championship, we'll be welcoming those drivers up to the stage very shortly. That is looking particularly tasty now after the last round in Paraguay. We'll talk about that in a little while. A few selfies being taken here.
Great to see Argentina, isn't it, represented, Bex? Remember at this level with the likes of Marcus Ligato, Gabriel Pozzo back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they've got really good pedigree, of course, back in the days when they were a regular addition on the calendar as well. So it's nice to see at least one Argentine still out there representing. Little kid on the front row is making me laugh so much. I mean, that whistle's left his mouth the entire 2 hours we've been out there. And I feel for his parents. I feel for his parents when they get home, because I feel like he'll be blowing that thing all the way home as well. Great atmosphere.
This is what it's all about, these kind of moments. We will hear from Martin shortly.
Así los saludamos a los dos.
Augustina waiting patiently there to have a chat.
Javi Martín, vengan rápidamente. Tenemos cronología, por favor, muchachos. Aquí viene Martín Escuncio a saludar al público.
Bueno, Martín, muy emocionado.
Sí, la verdad que... no quería hablar porque me emociona estar acá. Fue un año muy duro.
Vení, Javi, vení. Le ayudamos a Martín, que está muy emocionado. Fue un esfuerzo muy grande llegar.
Sí, la verdad fue súper difícil poder estar acá, pero se logró. En realidad queremos agradecer mucho el cariño de todos ustedes. Los queremos mucho, gracias por el apoyo y los llevamos acá, en el corazón.
Muy bien, un aplauso para ellos. Vamos, Martín, vamos, que esto es lo importante de la gente.
Oh, what a moment. You know, Martin's got so emotional on the stage. He is in tears. It's down to Javier, his co-driver, to say the words. That's quite a sight, isn't it? I mean, it is, I guess, you know, with everyone there, the sights, the sounds, it's overwhelming, and certainly for Martin, but my goodness, emotions on the stage.
It's probably a huge effort, isn't it, just getting to this point. He's only done a few rallies this year.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to come out there in the WRC round, I mean, it obviously means a lot, and I guess it shows what sort of efforts he's probably made behind the scenes with all his sponsors and the team and everything.
Right.
Just to be there, he's already achieved what he wanted to. It doesn't matter what the result's about in a way.
Yeah, you're completely right with that. We forget that sometimes, that it takes an inordinate amount of effort to be able to get to this point, to get the sponsorship, to get everything in place, to get the money to be able to come to WRC events, to compete at this level.
I want him to win now.
Martin, you're our new favourite. It was Emilio, but now it's Martin.
Look at the fans as well will respect that, won't they? They'll appreciate that, and let's just go out there and have some fun, my friends.
You know, he's won a title in R2 in Chile before, you know, so he's not an unfamiliar name here, and I think this means a lot. We've obviously seen that on the stage this evening. The ceremonial start then very much in full swing here in Chile, ahead of a brilliant weekend of competition. But right now we're going to leave the ceremonial start just for a few moments and head back to Kiri in the service park.
Just for a few moments, don't worry, we'll be grabbing that atmosphere back in just a second, scooting along through the Hyundai cars as they wrap them up, ready for bed.
Yeah, to be fair, Hyundai have been very good to us. Neil, if you just spin that camera around over there, you'll be able to see that Thierry and Oit's cars have been tucked up for bed.
They would like to go to bed themselves.
They're keeping Adrian's car up just for us, aren't they, Kiri? But yeah, it's nice to see some rally cars and getting ready for what's going to be an epic day tomorrow.
He says that. They'll shut up shop as soon as they want. And, OK, as we said, back to the start ramp. But WRC2 also building to an amazing crescendo right now. Oliver Solberg could sort of get the just desserts that he didn't have last year here.
Yeah, I think it would be fitting for Oliver, wouldn't it? Because, you know, we were talking to him last year in the wrap-up show, and he was in tears. You know, he was devastated, absolutely broken-hearted by what had happened. He'd had a bit of a shocker, hadn't he? So, yeah, look, it's. I think basically if Oliver wins it this weekend, then it's all over. But if he doesn't, then it's still wide open. So a little bit of pressure on Oliver's shoulders.
A little bit. Let's see what he can do. Julian Porter knows all about the outcomes of this weekend for WRC2.
Rally Chile Bio 2025, and we could have a WRC2 World Champion this weekend. As we know, the rules are they enter 7 rallies in the season, they take their 6 best scores. As things stand, Oliver Solberg, Johan Rossell, Gus Greensmith and Nikolai Greising can take that championship. Solberg and Rossell, they're on their final point scoring round. Greising has 4 more, Greensmith has 3 more. As it stands, though, Oliver Solberg is out front. He's won 4 times this year in WRC2 and is having a really, really strong season. If he wins this weekend, it's simple. He becomes the world champion in WRC2. He can finish 2nd or 3rd as long as Greising or Gus Greensmith do not win the round. He can actually finish lower than 3rd, but he needs the rest, Rossell, Greensmith and Greising, to have a bit of a nightmare. So it is all stacked in the favour of Oliver Solberg and Elliot Edmondson. Rossell can win it, but it's going to be tough. He needs Solberg to have a bit of a nightmare. But let's see. It's been a massive battle in WRC2 this year. Rossell's won twice, Gus Greensmith's won once, Solberg's won 4 times. It's been a great battle. Will we have a new world champion come Sunday? And will it be Oliver Solberg and Elliot Edmondson? Let's see what happens over the weekend.
Yeah, indeed, we could very well, as Julian Porter just said there, thank you so much for that breakdown, could have a new WRC2 world champion. Only Julian could go into the depth of detail of all of that, couldn't he?
Yeah, exactly, and it's going to be exciting. For Oliver's he's got a bit of pressure on, hasn't he, for sure, and there's no question the other guys are going to be going flat out as well, Kiri. It's going to be great.
All right, commentators with you now.
Let's welcome back to the stage then our drivers, and we're kicking off with Miguel Granados, Mexican driver. He's got Mark Marty alongside him in the co-driving seat. Competing this year within WRC2 within the Masters category.
Todo bien, muchas gracias. Feliz de estar aquí.
¿Contento?
Sí, feliz de estar en Chile y en Concepción. Padrísimo recibimiento, yo creo que como ninguno en el campeonato.
¿Escucharon? Como ninguno en el campeonato el recibimiento de los fanáticos. Bueno, ¿expectativa para el fin de semana?
Bueno, venimos a seguir sumando puntos. Estamos peleando nosotros el campeonato Masters. Y si Dios quiere, hacemos un buen papel en Chile, nos podemos llevar el campeonato. Entonces venimos con todo.
Bueno, they're going for everything for the Masters Cup. That's what they're going for here in Chile, and that's a great expectation. How's the car? How's the team? ¿Cómo está el equipo? ¿Cómo está el auto? ¿Cómo está el equipo?
El auto está en excelentes condiciones, lo seteamos muy bien en el Shakedown y en el Monday Test. Mi equipo, pues inmejorable, ¿no? Con Mark, que me brinda toda la experiencia que tiene, ya lo conoce mucha gente y estamos listos, preparados para ir por todo.
Ayer en el Shakedown y en la experiencia del lunes, el auto está seteado, el equipo en mejores condiciones, todo listo para brillar. Lo mejor, buena suerte.
That's Miguel Granados. He's second currently in the Masters category within WRC2 on 89 points to Ugo Soli's 96. So this could be a big weekend for him here, PK.
Yeah, absolutely. And how great does it look, Bex, to have the Martini livery on any sort of rally car.
Yeah, it does.
It's great to see.
Evokes so many memories for so many people of different brands over the years in terms of actual cars, the Martini livery we've seen.
Always look good on a Lancia, Bex.
For me, it was the Focus. That's when I think of the Martini livery, I think of the Focus.
Yeah,
but that's because you and I are a different generation, right?
I knew that was coming. I walked into that, didn't I? Great to see Mark Marty there as well, alongside. Talking of legends of our sports.
Absolutely. Mark Marty with a huge number of events under his belt. He sat next to some of the greats of our sport, Carlos Sainz being one of them, of course. And, you know, when you think of Mark Marty over the past few years, he's sat alongside so many different drivers. He's been alongside younger drivers, with obviously Miguel here, they're in the Masters Cup together, but he's just kept going.
217th start, Bex, if this is to be
wow,
believed.
for Mark Marty, incredible, yeah. He's got a little way to keep up to Rogelio Penate, who's done over 500. I like the way everyone has been grouped together here. We have two Peruvian drivers, Jorge Martinez and Andre Martinez, together. And we are switching category shortly. Well, we have a WRC2 car and a WRC3 car here on the stage, and then we will move fully into WRC3. And with Jorge Martinez, it's the WRC2 Hyundai and the Ford Fiesta Rally 3 with Andre.
Yeah, 10 WRC3 entrants this weekend, which is really good.
Contento de estar acá nuevamente. Nuestro tercer año acá en el Rally Bio Bio de Chile. Tremenda organización espectacular. Como dijo Miguel Granados, hemos tenido la oportunidad de correr muchos rallies alrededor del mundo y muy sinceramente les digo, creo que este es el mejor rally mundial, la mejor presentación y muy buena organización.
¿Podés repetir esa última frase? ¿Qué crees que este es el qué? ¿El mejor?
El mejor. Siéntense muy orgullosos, en mi opinión, el mejor rally del mundo de WRC.
El mejor rally del mundo, el de Chile. Gracias, Jorge. Bueno, Andrés, ¿cómo estás?
Increíble estar aquí en Chile, siempre es lo máximo. Muchísima gente nos recibe en las rutas, en la partida simbólica, así que estamos muy contentos de ya empezar a correr este fin de semana.
Bueno, mucha expectativa. ¿Cómo viste la ruta? ¿Cómo fueron las distintas pruebas?
Las rutas son siempre increíbles, son muy fluidas, muy rápidas, así que va a haber mucho espectáculo para la gente.
Mucho espectáculo y esperando que la gente los acompañe en la ruta, ¿no?
Sí, creo que es un clásico de Chile la cantidad de gente y siempre sentimos su apoyo.
Muchas gracias. Los Martínez.
Así es el equipo Tracusa Racing del Perú. Jorge Martínez.
Our Peruvian
José
stars then in
Alberto
WRC2 and
Aro,
WRC3. Another great reception here from the crowd who are packed in to the Plaza de la Independencia in the center of Conception.
Con la bandera del Perú.
It's great to see these moments. Be very different moments we'll be witnessing tomorrow. Hopefully the smiles will still be there for a lot of them. But it is a tough rally. We've seen that over the years that we've been coming to Chile. The first event was back in 2019. We witnessed then how, how difficult it is because of the weather conditions, changing weather conditions. Last year we had some beautiful sunny conditions, but the roads were super abrasive and dry out there.
Yeah.
It'll be a little bit different this year.
The really wet, muddy surface out there for Shakedown this morning. Oitz even described it to me as a little bit like Rally GB. It was that sort of slick, slimy mud. It was pretty difficult just to walk on. It's got to be said. But yeah, he said that we all miss Rally GB. It's nice to have conditions reminiscent of that, albeit on the other side of the world.
Definite comparisons to that wonderful event in Wales. Of course, that was held in the autumn time with springtime, but it's similar in terms of the low cloud fog, the mud out there, the slippery gravel surface. It all comes into play. There was a section actually on the first stage on Sunday morning which we recceed. There was a muddy section which took us 3 attempts to get through. It was from a standing start. These guys will just blast through it, I'm sure.
Who was driving?
Not me. I'm not going to name who was driving because it was unfair, because we weren't travelling at pace. But yeah, it was very, very muddy because there's been a lot of rain.
Yeah, and especially as a lot of these stages are quite tree-lined as ever. When you get those sort of forestry sections, that's when the moisture can tend to be retained. And even if it does get sunny, it's not super hot this time of year. Certainly a lot warmer a couple of weeks ago in Paraguay.
Darkness has truly fallen now then here in Conception. The lights of the ceremonial start is what is keeping us going here.
Descubren más de nosotros y de cómo vamos siempre más allá en Toyota.
We are going to leave the ceremonial start though just for a few moments, cross back into the service park and see what our intrepid reporters are up to.
I don't think we've ever been called intrepid before, but we'll take it.
No, and I would just like to confirm, for those of you who were listening a moment ago, it was Bex Williams who was driving. Didn't have a clue what she was doing at the time.
Yeah, fair. All right, well, we are sort of lurking around here in the service park, and we'll continue to do so for a little while longer. Obviously, the WRC3 cars coming across. It could be a big weekend for them as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's been a mega year for Taylor Gill, hasn't it? Incredible. But Matteo Fontana is here this weekend, and if he can string together a strong result, then for sure there's no reason why he's not going to drag himself right into the running for a championship win. So, yeah, again, in all the classes, Kiri, WRC1, Rally 1, WRC2 and WRC3, there's a real fight on.
The battle's on. Well, it wouldn't be the point system without Julian Porter to explain what the possible outcomes are of the WRC3, so let's just head to him now.
The next instalment of WRC3 happens here in Chile. It's a South American double-header. Matteo Fontana, he won last time out in Paraguay. He's second in the standings, 8 points behind Taylor Gill, who isn't here. It's 7 rounds they can do. They take their best 6 scores. Gill and Fontana have done 4 scores each. Fontana won twice, Gill 3 times. Could he leave here with 1 more point scoring round to go with 3 wins on his scorecard? Let's see. He's got a little bit of work to do. we've got a couple of other drivers. Giovanni Rossi, he's quite far down the standings at the minute, but a good run this weekend could see him onto the podium steps in that championship standings. But Matteo Fontana, he doesn't do the junior campaign. He's like a private driver, doing it a different way in WRC3. But he really enjoys it. The young Italian is here this weekend. Let's just see how he gets on. Gil will be back in the Central European Rally as part of his junior campaign. But it's a battle between these two this weekend. There's lots going on. There's not many of them here who are going to score big points and battle for that championship. Fontana has to make it pay and see if he can get a double header, double win in South America.
I think the point here is we've got a fierce battle on our hands across every single category. There is not going to be a moment this weekend that doesn't count for every single driver that is here in South America. It really is a very important part of the season.
Yeah, and you know, WRC3 is such a great category as well, isn't it? And as Julian was saying, as we've all been saying, it's a good opportunity this weekend for Fontana. We will see Taylor Gill back as part of the... He's also doing the Junior World Rally Championship programme, and he'll be scoring points in WRC3 there as well. So it's going to be... he'll have to react to what Fontana does this weekend, but Matteo absolutely has to make this weekend count.
Okay, well, something that really will affect this weekend is the weather. It's been a big talking point, tyres and the weather. You'll hear every single driver pre-event and during this event as well talking about the weather, and it really can change at just the tiniest moment, and it's completely different weather out there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and you're right to match the tyres and the weather together, and the drivers and the teams are now having to try and anticipate and work out when that weather's going to come and make sure they've got a set of softs, for example, set aside for when the rain does arrive, because obviously you want to be on the soft compound tyre when the rain does arrive. And yeah, tyre strategy always plays a massive part here in Chile, but when you lob the weather and the inclement weather and you're never really sure what it's going to do into the mix, it makes it much more of a challenge as well.
It does. Okay, we'll take a look at this.
Rally Chile, in its short time on the WRC calendar, has established itself as one of the most testing events. The weather, in particular thick fog, is one of the biggest challenges. And when you're driving in low visibility, additions to pace notes are often required.
It's proper trust in your co-driver, your pace notes, and your vision, because basically you're blindfolded at that point if the fog's so thick, and maybe you can't even see 20 metres in front of you to the next corner. I think on recce we have to take these stages where the potential fog could appear and mark your distances very accurately with brows and crests, so you have markers every time you go across, let's say, the top of a mountain, to properly read the road. And if it does come, then you can't trust your notes at that point.
You can use the signs on the side of the road, you can use some crests, just to know a bit where you are in the stage, so at least you know a little bit if it's a left after or right. So it's all small details. It can be a rock or just a tree in the middle, that there was only one tree and they could all everything around there. So it's small details that you can gain and know exactly where you are.
Of course, if there's a simple landmark to use, then maybe we would, but at the same time, normally in the forest, there's not too many clear landmarks, and yeah, a few times there it's been a struggle to even see, 2 or 3 meters past the bonnet, and so landmarks ain't really much help at that point.
Well, that's the weather, and this is back to the start round.
Let's head back on to the ceremonial start then, and welcome truly the WRC3 category. Some excited drivers and co-drivers there we can see. So we should have Matteo Fontana, Giovanni Rossi and Nathaniel Brun here.
Yes,
right at the front it is, sorry,
yeah.
PK, right at the front it is Fontana, who won in Paraguay just a few weeks ago and is now second in WRC3.
How are you?
Good, you?
I'm very good. Very happy to see all these people gather here to say hi to you.
Yeah, it's amazing. You're amazing, guys. Hola, Chile.
Dice que son increíbles. They're happy, and they're also a little bit cold. They're being here waiting for you, and they're gonna be here waiting for you all weekend. That's so important for rally drivers, right?
Yeah, you are really important for all us. You push to all the stages, so thank you all.
Bueno, que les agradece muchísimo que vayan a cada una de las etapas, que es muy importante para ellos. Okay, what are the expectations for this weekend?
Yeah, we will try to repeat what we have done in Paraguay and try to battle for the win. So we will push for sure.
Bueno, van a tratar de repetir lo mismo que hicieron en Paraguay, peleando por una victoria. Thank you so much.
Matteo Fontana, he would love another win. That's what he's going to try and do.
Good, thank you.
Okay, how are you? How are you and how are you preparing for this weekend?
Yeah, we will try to do the best. We are really happy with all the people here. It's incredible to live this. So, yeah, we will do the best and enjoy this moment because that's unique.
Okay, van a tratar de disfrutar el momento, que es lo más importante y el mayor desafío. Is weather going to be a challenge?
Yes, big challenge. To do 2 rally Paraguay and this, it's not easy. So we work a lot for this rally and we will try and play with Matteo or other guys in front. So let's see.
Bueno, va a tratar de pelear contra los dos que tiene al costado. Por supuesto que el clima es un gran desafío, pero adelante. Avanti, adelante. Okay. Where's Nathaniel? Where did he go? Oh, here he's here. Hey, ¿cómo va?
Bien, 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 ¿vos?
Bien, muy bien. ¿Estás contento?
Muy, bastante.
Bien, qué fuertes que somos, qué pasionales que somos los latinoamericanos, ¿no?
Sí, se nota. Acá, como en Paraguay, está bastante el fanatismo, ¿no? Yo creo que le ganan a los europeos, por bastante.
Por bastante, ¿no?
Sí.
Bueno, eso está bueno sentirlo, ¿no? No competimos, pero hay una diferencia.
Y difícil que compitan con esto, ¿no?
Bien, es muy importante. Bueno, ¿has recorrido las etapas?
Sí, y bueno, estamos emocionados. Un rally desafiante, pero vamos a dar lo mejor.
Bueno, ¿qué expectativas respecto a la niebla y a la llovizna que está prevista para este fin de semana?
Bueno, nos dificulta un poco el tema de lo que es el setado del auto, ¿no? Un poco distinto el barro del seco, pero vamos a aprender, ¿no? Nuestra primera vez acá en Chile, entonces no estamos esperando mucho.
Muy bien, primera vez en Chile con todo. Vamos, buena suerte.
There we are, that's Nathaniel Brun there in WRC3. That championship being led by Taylor Gill right now. Matteo Fontana is second. Arta Pelamorg is in third. It's Fontana, though, who has the advantage after picking up a win in Paraguay just a few weeks ago and will be the one that's going to be hunted in the category. Now, we are heading away from the ceremonial start and back to the service park.
Thanks so much, guys, for taking us through that ceremonial start. That is the last time we'll see that absolutely incredible atmosphere down there, because tomorrow it all begins. The 16 stages will be coming your way in full force, and every single one of those fans is going to be out on a stage somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's again, it's a little bit like Paraguay. Whenever we come to South America, all the fans that were down there at ceremonial start, plus a whole bunch more, will find a decent vantage point to watch the cars come through.
All right, well, what time will we start in the morning? Well, it's a nice early start, but not too bad. It's an 8 a.m. start for us out here, and then 8:15 you'll see the first stage. So those stages will repeat in the afternoon. So 8:15, 9, 10 and 10 o'clock is your 1, 2, 3 in the stages. We'll be back in the service as we always do, and then we'll be heading out to repeat those stages at 2:41, 3:36 and 4:27. We'll be back again in the evening at 6:15. So that's how it all shapes up for tomorrow. The action begins here in Chile, and it is going to be a good one. You ready to do this?
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant, brilliant rally. And like I said, it's one of those rallies that really tests the drivers and the teams to get everything right from the word go. If you get off on the wrong foot, it punishes you for the entire weekend.
Well, the drama will ensue first thing in the morning tomorrow. Thanks for your company tonight, but from us, it is goodbye.